Hello everybody, it's Andrew for GameZone, and we're going to be looking at Smelter Demon Blue type? Let's go with that. Yeah, so you've probably fought the Smelter Demon before, and you bought this DLC, and you're like, well, at least we'll get to experience some new bosses, and you open the fog gate, and it's just some Smelter Demon, but he's got some new things going on. He has that annoying backstep move that the Smelter Demon has. You can do it twice there, and if you see, he just kind of does it like a PvPer would to back up and get a thrust going. His Nova this time kind of seems more proximity. So when he does the jump, if you're close enough, he'll do it. If you're not close enough, he won't do it. But it also seems smaller. So that's a thing. He still has his 3 phases, even though he does them way quicker. His first phase, he does a Nova, so and it's pretty big, so you actually want to keep away from that. You can get a little hidden at the end if you want. During entering his 3rd phase, he does the same sword through stomach deal. If you want, you can hit him right now. You can get a lot of good hits in him, but he has like super armor, and you're going to do very little damage. As you see there, I use a buff and drink, so that's a good time to do both those things because he's not really going to try to take you on or do anything too clever at that moment. He's just going to be making himself better. So if he's making himself better, make yourself better. This clip's just here because it's badass. If he's going to jump in at me, I'm going to buff right in his face, and he can just accept that. Lots of blue. So those are the things you got to keep your eye on. Now, this is the part in the fight after he's just entered his last phase. And you see his sword is way longer than the other Smelter Demon's sword. It's almost whip-like. It's almost like a Balrog. It's some dangerous stuff. So you're going to want to keep away from that and don't underestimate his range. As the other Smelter Demon, if you're close to him, you are going to be taking constant damage, as you can see on the screen actually right now. So that's actually something you got to manage in this fight is your health, because if you might never get hit, but you're going to be taking damage. I refuse to believe people beat the Smelter Demon without taking any sort of damage. And on top of that, of course, he can actually hit you. The Crystal Magical Weapon helps, but of course it's not necessary. Melee doesn't do a whole lot of damage versus this guy. I find thrusting does better than slashing. I'm going to just assume lightning's good because, well, he's a big metal dude. As far as dodging goes, the Smelter Demon, I always try to dodge behind him, and I usually stick to his left side. If you're behind him, he has very slow reaction time. Everything he does is slow, his swing, so I find him actually easier to dodge than most bosses. If you want, you can always roll at him. If you trust invulnerability frames, I tend to do. That's like a Legend of Zelda Link thrust. I kind of like that move. But if you're a range or trying to drink, he can kill you with that. For the most part, just, yeah, stick behind him, keep your rolls up, stay away from the potential Novas, and just kind of wear him down. After his 3rd phase, he doesn't learn anything. He doesn't get any new tricks. There's a cut there towards the end. Yeah, you see I actually ran out of Estus just because this fight is much more of an endurance fight compared to the original Smelter Demon. I happened to look at the original Smelter Demon fight I recorded, and it was like a 2-minute fight. This is like easily a 5-minute fight. So, yeah, you're going to want to have life gems on your bar in case you do run out of Estus. You'll have something to rely on because the constant damage from being in melee is just a pain. Yeah, but he falls just like the other Smelter Demon. He's totally optional, so your choice. Nothing new, just same Smelter Demon soul.